Good morning. So this video is going to be a little bit different. I hope I can get through it in one video and I make sense. So this video is for people who are experiencing some type of grief or loss, whether it be small or major. For instance, my little background or what I've been through is I've been grieving my father that passed away. It's going to be 2 years in February 14th, yeah, on Valentine's Day. I'm also grieving a career that I worked so hard for. All of my 20s was dedicated for college, for the profession that I chose. And it had been early on that I knew this wasn't something that I can continue. But since I had worked so hard for it and I didn't want to not upset, but disappoint my parents and my family. Like, what else am I going to do if this is all that I know how to do, right? So anyway, I'm finally at a better place. I can say mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I can finally laugh. I can finally desire to be around my family and stuff like that. So I want to tell you that everybody processes grief differently. Even if you're going through the same situation, I feel like everybody processes it differently at a different time, different ways with coping. I had to be isolated. Like, I stopped going to church. I would just go to work, come back, and sometimes I felt guilty because people would try to call me or message me, and I would take days or I wouldn't reply, and it's because I wasn't trying to be cold or be mean or reject them, but it's because I needed my alone time. And I will say this, some people will not respect your boundaries, and in that time, there will be some people that kind of how to explain it, they didn't respect at my boundaries that at the time I didn't understand those were my boundaries. So I wasn't able to say, hey, I wasn't able to express the way that I was feeling. I didn't understand why I was isolating. That's the way that I cope with it. Other people may cope with things differently. They may want people around them all the time. I did not want that. I needed time to process my emotions. And I think for a while I was very sad. Besides sad, I was depressed. And I'm thankfully going through a transition, a shift from going to that to being myself. And now I can come onto this app and encourage others with different messages. If you go back, my content is so different. It's very random, but I want to tell you that at the time, I did not have the energy to explain myself or say, hey, I'm not feeling well. And I would just let them come and disrupt my boundaries. But now I understand why. Don't let people make you feel guilty for the way that you're handling or coping with grief, okay? You will come out of this one day, and it's not always going to be the way that you're feeling right now, which is sad. No.